I want to thank everyone today that has ordered my book, Angels Are Among Us. Many of you have. I've mailed out many myself, and many of you have went online and bought you a copy. If you don't have a copy, I encourage you to go buy this book. You can get it at Amazon.com. You can get it at BarnesandNobles.com. If you're in the Jacksonville, Florida area, anywhere close to there, you can go to the Barnes and Nobles there in Jacksonville, and they have it in stock. You can also go to your local bookstore, Christian bookstore, and ask them to order it for you. This book is different from most books on angels. Most of the books, I have 15 books in my library on angels. Two of those I consider my best books on angels. I enjoyed reading them, but many of those books, I didn't even read them all the way through. And the reason I didn't, some of them had really good truths in them. They weren't really bad books, but a lot of them focused on angel stories, people that had angelic events in their life, and they were telling those stories. And so this book has no stories in it. I've had many experiences in my life that I believe angels were involved with me in those, especially in the jungles of South America. In my travels, I've preached in 6 different nations, and so I've been shot at. I've been in 3 different boat wrecks in the jungles, and I've had all kinds of things happen. And I know that angels were there to protect me and be with me. But I didn't put any of those stories in here. This is a biblical teaching book to teach you about angels. There's so many myths out here about angels. And just one that I'll mention is, you see it posted many times, and many people say when a loved one dies, they say, well, they got their wings and now they're an angel. Well, they're not. I'm sorry if that upsets you, but your loved one that just passed away is not an angel. Angels were created beings before the foundations of the earth. We are a different creation, and so when we die, we don't become angels. Angels don't become humans. They'll always be a spirit being, and so that's just one of the myths that's talked about in here. But there's several chapters in here. Actually, there's 14 chapters. I want to give you the list, read you the titles of those chapters. It won't take but a minute. Number 1 is general information about angels. Number 2, angels, man, and Jesus, and how they correspond. The 3 heavens and how they operate in those 3 heavens. The organization and classification of angels. We got a chapter on Lucifer and Satan. You know, he was a fallen angel. Then we have one on fallen angels and demons. Spiritual warfare. Healing in angels. Activating angels. One on, can a Christian be demon possessed? That's a question that comes to me everywhere I go. Chapter 11 is the truth about angels. Then there's one, Bible stories concerning angels and their benefits to you and I. Then there's a topical index for angels. And then the very last, we have Bible scriptures concerning angels. I found there's 282 scriptures in the Bible on angels. That told me that it was important to God about angels. We need to learn more about them. They have been throughout the Bible. They're going to play more and more of a role in the end time ministry. But I wanted to bring you to chapter 9 and read something to you here on activating angels. And it's something most people don't realize you can do. You can activate angels in your life. They're all around you. They're with you all the time. But many times, the Bible tells us in Psalms 103, verse 20 through 22, that angels heed to the word of God. They heed to that voice that speaks the word of God. And so when you speak the word of God, angels take notice. Angels heed to that. That causes angels to activate and work. But just a short couple of paragraphs here. It says, you and I have the authority to say certain things that will cause the angels to begin to operate in our lives with greater freedom and liberty. We say and do things that will hinder them in their work and ministry on our behalf. They have been sent to help us, and they desire to carry out God's plan for our life. If we want more manifestations of angels in our lives, we need to be more aware of them. We need to talk about them, teach about them. One minister was teaching and preaching on angels, and the word of the Lord came forth saying, you have created a habitation for angels. You see, we limit them in their ability to work when we don't use our faith. and believe in them, when we don't teach and preach about them. They are here to assist us in our ministries and our daily lives. Angels work where the word of the Lord is taught and preached. Angels can work for people who believe in them. Angels are a very important part of our life. I wish I had time to tell you the whole story, how this book came about, but I don't. But I just encourage you, if you don't have the book, it's out there. They've done a public release of it. Many people have been giving me good reports that have read the book. I have not had anybody give me a bad report yet. And when you read the book, I want you to be honest with me what you thought about it. And so go buy the book. Go to barnesandnobles.com, amazon.com. If you can't get them there or you don't want to buy them there, contact me by messenger, and I'll tell you how I can mail you one, how you can pay for it, and we can go that route. God bless you, and remember that angels are all around you.